Hey there. Welcome back to Precision Vehicle Wraps YouTube channel. I'm Trevor and I'm here with the owner of Precision Vehicle Wraps, Harmen Pogge. And today we are going to be talking about experience and why it matters. Harmen, you run, I'm going to say, the best wrap shop in Edmonton and the best paint protection film shop in Edmonton. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One of the main reasons is the experience of your crew and the quality of the workmanship. So let's talk a little bit about that today. Maybe start us off.
Well, I like to think that we are the best in Edmonton as well, and it has been a road to get there. I mean, you don't gain that experience overnight. And I think everything changed for our organization when I brought in my business partner Alex, and he brought with it at that time 15 years of wrap industry experience. Now, I came to the table with only 3 or 4 years of hands-on, but it's never been my forte to be a wrapper or a paint protection film installer.
Now, when he says wrapper, he doesn't mean like, 50 Cent. He's talking about vehicle wrapping, vinyl wrapping.
Vinyl wrapping installers. Yeah, sorry. What I bring to the table is I've owned nine companies and I've bought and sold along the way, and that's my experience is running businesses, and what I saw as an opportunity with this company to grow it into something that it could be really special. Yeah. And like I said, things really changed when I brought Alex in, and through Alex, his knowledge and his ability to train our staff, we essentially kind of let go everybody prior to that time, and we were starting from a new slate. And you guys have seen Spencer. He was our first guy that we brought on, and Spencer now has 10 years of wrap experience, vinyl wrap experience, and also PPF experience now too, because we've cross-trained him. And you go around Edmonton and quite frankly, you go around anywhere in Alberta, and Spencer is probably one of the premier wrap artists in Edmonton now. Very fussy, very finicky, very detail oriented, and that's why he makes a great lead, because nobody gets away with anything in the back. He's on top of that. I don't need to be that guy anymore. That's his role. And you go down the line, and then our next guy after that is Matthew. We brought Matthew in just shortly after Spencer arrived, maybe 6 months or so. And Matthew had lots of commercial experience, and again, very knowledgeable in that field on vinyl installations and printed wraps and that sort of thing. And again, we, through Alex, trained him on the vehicle wrap side, which is the non-commercial. So it's a totally different application. Application and installation is different, right? And then to about 3 years ago, we brought on Riley, and Riley came to us from a wrap shop in Toronto, and essentially we're just thrilled to have him. He just had a great attitude, and he recognized that some of his skill set wasn't as good. I mean, he advertised himself as being 3 years or 4 years experienced, and he came to our shop, and we literally had to retrain him on the wrap side. But what he does do incredibly well as being a vehicle wrap installer now, he's an excellent automotive technician. So he really helps with us now in taking apart vehicles. Before, that was Alex's responsibility. He would take apart the cars and stuff, and the guys would do the work on. Well, now Riley does single-handedly all of that, and we're 3 times, 4 times, 5 times as busy as we were back in the day, and Riley's able to handle it all, and very has high expertise level for sure.
Because that's something that is different about Precision Vehicle Wraps than almost every other shop in town is you guys actually remove body panels, you remove door handles and the trim and the badging and all of that off the car, so that you can actually do a more complete and thorough wrap and not have to cut around all the different emblems and stuff.
100%, right? 100%. You see, we see stuff that comes into us from other shops, and you can tell what they did do and what they didn't do. And one of the big things that we do is we do a full disassembly. So if your Toyota Corolla comes to us, or your Porsche 911 comes to us, or what we do is we take the car in, we do an incredible clean to the car, and then we take it apart. So it starts with the bumper, the front bumper. We take the grill out, we take the headlights out, then we take the mirrors off, we take the window trim off, and then we take the door handles off. And then on the rear of the car, we take the rear bumper off and the rear taillights. All badging is removed from the car. We make templates for everything, but generally speaking, a lot of times people aren't putting all the badging back on because the look is a lot neater looking and cleaner looking. And for pickup trucks, which we do, oh my gosh, I can't believe how many pickup trucks we do now, but we actually take the box off the truck and we slide the box back, and then we get in there a little bit deeper so you cannot see it from the visible eye when you're looking at it. And then in wraps that are more extreme, and when I say that is, when they're doing inside the door jambs and sills, we take the doors off the car and we take the door panels off the inside of the car and the jambs and everything. So it's all taken apart. The car is sitting there up on things. The wheels might be off or they may be left on. We're not sure. It depends on the situation. And and then so that takes a full day, the washing and the disassembly. And then they also do the vinyl cutting. So we cut each body part is cut specifically for each car. And we have a binder that's super, super thick now of all the vehicles. So in some cases, we just look them up by year, make, and model, and we know we already have those measurements. Or in other cases, we literally go out there with a tape measure and measure everything. Now, the reason we do that is because we want to be, not only have we taken that extra step to be thorough, but now we want to make sure that we're not just putting a big paste on the side of it. I think Spencer calls it, putting a decal on the side of the car or a sticker, and that's not what we're doing. So we take that individual piece, and now we start at the right exact point. It's going to end at the right point. It's going to end at the proper end so when you're doing your tucks and stuff, it's done properly. Your stretching's done properly, so you're not going to have pullback. And then our team tackles the car too. So some shops, they go with one guy, and a lot of vehicle wrap shops in Edmonton are literally no more than 1 or 2 staff. And we tackle this with 3 to 4 to 5 different people on a team. Generally, it's 3. And we tackle that car, so that car is completely done in 2 business days after the clean. So by day 4, we're putting the car back together again. It's all being post-heated and has time to settle again until we start the paint protection application, which is 999 of 1,000 they get the paint protection because it's that important.
You said something that I haven't heard before: post heating. What is post heating?
Well, you want to take a heat gun, and you want, after, when you're doing the installation, you're using a heat gun to expand the film and to give it that stretch. Now, film can go up to 10 to 20%. We like to don't go any more than 10%. And again, the reason for that is you're going to have less pullback and less failures in your wrap. So at the end of the day, when the wrap is finished, before the paint protection and just prior to the installation of it, reinstallation of everything, or the reinstall, we post heat. And what that means is we go over the whole car with a thermometer and a heat gun, and we're heating everything up to 90 degrees Celsius. And the reason you're doing that is it just locks in everything. And you, again, to ensure that we don't have pullback and we don't have failures. We have less in the vehicle wrap side of things. We have less than 0.01% of warranty work being done.
Wow, that's amazing.
And we track that big time.
Crazy. Well, that's good, because if there's a failure or a warranty work that has to be done, that's money that comes straight out of your pocket because you got to fix it for free.
And we do. I mean, we'll stand there. We got every car wrap that we do comes with a solid 2-year warranty. And we've even had customers come back to us 3-4 years after the fact, and they said, you know what, it's starting to lift over here. And I was, well, that's because the way you're washing the car, we can tell. But you know what? We'll fix that for you. Or we'll just get a piece of vinyl and we'll make that correction for you so you don't have to worry about that. And it makes all the difference in the world compared to a lot of guys out there. It's incredible. There's a lot of shops out there that are, like I said, just one or two people in it. Well, they're there today, but they won't be there, or they may not be there a year from now or 2 years from now. And so this warranty that they're offering means nothing because they're not going to honor it. Right. You know, and that's really important.
Now, what about experience of your guys? So let's get into that a little bit more. So most places are one or two guys. Who knows what their experience levels are? There might be some great shops out there, but I don't think they're going to be at the same level as you. So let's go over, some more of that. Why is experience important when someone's considering getting a vehicle wrap or paint protection film installed?
Well, our wrap shop brings together with our team of wrap guys we have right now, we bring close to 50 years of experience to the table. And in that 50 years, those guys have encountered just about everything that could be encountered in wrapping a car. So that experience of the team members, what somebody doesn't know, somebody else does. And we pool that together, and that makes a massive difference in comparative speaking to other places. Like I said, it's just a numbers game, right?
So the second part of the question was, why is it important for people to, when they're considering getting a wrap, to have a team with that kind of experience?
Because you're going to get the best possible job done, and bar none. I mean, our wraps are exquisite, and we're getting the feedback. We're getting the dealerships who want us to do their work for them. We're getting the high-end customers. We're getting a broad spectrum of customers who come in and understand that, oh, well, you may be a little bit more expensive, but holy cow, this is why you do this, and this, and you warranty it for 2 years, and it comes out looking amazing, and that's a big part of what makes us successful, right? Our company successful. And we were talking a little bit about, that's the wrap side. And on the PPF side, that's a whole other game too. I mean, we now, our staff is, we only have 3 installers, and we have 32 years experience between those 3 installers.
Wow.
And again, that is unheard of. Most PPF shops are not running that many installers, certainly not on a full-time basis, and they're certainly not as old as our guys are. Like, I got one guy who's my age almost, and he's got lots of amazing experience. Used to own his own shop in Ukraine, actually, and he came to us, and because of Alex's ties to the Ukrainian community. And we actually have 3 or 4 Ukrainians now working with us. So it's really quite incredible. And their work ethic is insane. It's amazing. And to see again that level of detail, and I'll put that together in a really good analogy with respect to a stealth paint protection wrap. That's when we take a gloss vehicle and we change it. We change the finish to a satin finish, and it's all done in paint protection film. And it is not easily done because you have to extend all the paint protection packages to get right to the kits, to get right to the very edge. And my guy, actually, he's able to wrap around 95% of the edges on a vehicle. And that's without taking the whole vehicle apart. Like otherwise you'd have to literally take every part off the car to get that level of completeness. And the work is remarkable, and it shows because of the number of full wraps we do on the paint protection side every month. We have the right staff, the best staff, the most knowledgeable staff, and the most attentive to detail staff. It makes my job very easy in that respect. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because you don't have to worry about callbacks, and you don't have to worry about people being upset that something's wrecked. But if it does happen, you guys fix it. It's not a big deal. So for me, if I was going to get something wrapped or going to get some paint protection film, of course, I'd come to Precision Vehicle Wraps because you guys have a great reputation in the marketplace in the Edmonton area. And what's going to be exciting for me is to see where Precision Vehicle Wraps goes from here. I mean, you started off in a smaller shop, now you're in a bigger shop. And what does the future look like for Precision Vehicle Wraps?
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't know if I'm prepared to answer that entirely, but as we sit here today, because the the growth that we've experienced since we bought this, our previous name was Firestorm Automotive Restyling, and that's part of my ownership back in 2016 when we bought it. And it's a shop that did very, with respect to paint protection film, did excellent work. And the owner was renowned for that kind of work. Well, unfortunately, when he left the company, so did most of his customers, because we had to earn our own credibility.
Sure.
And my son and daughter-in-law really took on a lot of work at that point in time, and a lot of onus fell on their shoulders to get us to that level quickly, and we took some beatings and learned some lessons, some hard lessons, and it cost a lot of money to over that period of say 3 years, and to make that adjustment to start gaining the reputation under Precision Vehicle Wraps, which, I mean, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, this is my 9th business, and I can tell you most of my businesses, probably 8 out of the 9, I've bought existing businesses, made improvements, and moved on. And in this case, I did everything you pretty much could do when you buy a business you should not do. I mean, we changed the name within a couple of days. All the staff was gone within 2 months of us being there. Whether we wanted that to or didn't want it to, it happened. We just couldn't work with some of the people there. And at the end of the day, we changed the website. We changed we changed our name. We brought in a whole new branded process, and really had to overcome that in the industry, because unlike other businesses, this business was very much, you're only as good as the last job you did.
Right.
And we earned a lot of credit.
So it was almost a cold start for you.
It totally was. I mean, honestly, it totally was. I mean, I came out of that sign industry and thinking I could do, some pretty good things, and maybe I was a little bit overconfident. I had no idea those first 3 years were going to be as tough as they turned out to be. Would I do it over again? I don't know. Maybe at a younger age, I may have taken it on, but it aged me. We were doing 16, 18-hour days, and we were going 6 days a week. And, my son Braden in particular, I mean, he worked his tail off, worked even longer hours than I did. And consequently, that pays its, that has its effect on family. It has its effect on other areas of life, and that's tough.
So safe to say the jury's out on the future of Precision Vehicle Wraps.
Oh yeah, you asked me that question.
Yeah, and you successful avoided the answer, so that's completely okay.
I'm gonna get into politics with an answer like that. I owe you better than that, Trevor. So, I'd like to see a second location. The question is where. We're really hammering that home, getting lots of coaching from our mentors, and here I am approaching 60, and I still have mentors. So I think a second location within 2 years is definitely high on the list of where I want to be. And there's some talk about we have lots of interested parties. I get calls from Fort McMurray, Grand Prairie, Lloydminster, Calgary, Red Deer, and they say, "Hey, when you guys don't have a shop down here yet? What's going on?" We have especially companies on the fleet side.
Right.
Hey, we've got businesses that are in other cities. Can you service us there? And I think it's just a matter of time, I guess.
Just a matter of time. Okay, well, that's awesome. That's a good enough answer for me. So when you guys are looking for vehicle wrap, look no further than Precision Vehicle Wraps. They'll take care of you 100% of the way, as well as with the paint protection film. They do some great work there. You have a new vehicle that you just bought, and you're spending tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on a new vehicle. You want to protect that paint, keep it looking as good as possible for as long as possible. So why not spend a few $1,000, get some paint protection film on it, and just enjoy that car for longer. Anyways, that's enough for me. Thanks for joining us on the episode. Don't forget, tell your friends about Precision Vehicle Wraps in Edmonton anytime you need some type of vehicle wrap or paint protection film, or even ceramic coating.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Harmen.
Thank you.